Okay, interestingly, my internet seems to be looking like it's doing better, in the evenings again, so hopefully the trend that'll keep going, and I can just stream whenever I want versus when my ISP, okay, versus when my ISP lets me. Um, it's a little scary to think about sometimes, but I'm also about to move, and I'll be gone in like a month, in like a week or two, so one way or the other, we'll be done with the internet issues. But, for now, I had finished Sunken Temple last time, and got this really cool site. Um, Felwood's basically done too, as far as I remember. Yeah, no quest here except for the repeatables. So, it's officially time to move on. Um, and I really enjoyed Felwood. It reminded me a lot of the Undead area, but a little bit differently, so I like that. Um, hopefully WinterSpring keeps up the trend though as well. Cause I've had some questing areas be a little eh. So I was a little surprised when Felwood kind of picked it back up again. So we'll see if WinterSpring is good. I've never quested here at all. I forget if I said that, but so everything here is really new. So that should help at least. Give me like a fresh perspective. At first glance, though, or like first impressions, it's a lot more like Chinaris or Silithus with the desolation, or even Desolus. Because it has more of that desert vibe. It's technically not a desert because there's tons of shrubbery and trees, right? But it gives that remote, kind of like lifeless vibe. And not even like in a bad way. It can be like a quiet, serene. But it's very different from a lot of places where it's been a lot more busy, hustle and bustling. Daenerys, Silithus, and Desolus, though, are some of my favorite areas, so that bodes well for this to at least have a good vibe, but we'll see if it's just surface level. I'm going back to the start, because I think it's where this quest was. There may be some of it over here, but I kind of want to work eastward. I can also try to summon a demon. Not demon, an infernal. So I have the infernal stone. And you just need subjugate demon. Well, just need, but could be fun.
You have found one of the Winterfall Firbolg's ritual totems. The totem itself is of nondescript construction, but it seems to emanate an almost tangible sense of dread and despair. If many of the Winterfall Firbolgs do indeed carry these, it certainly would go a long way in explaining their current condition. One of the Firbolgs inside Timbermar Hold may have a use for such an item. That is, if you've earned their trust enough for them to speak with you.
Looks like someone else is doing this as well. Maybe those two Horde players. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. When you have a neutral town, you're more likely to have players from the other faction just be in the area questing, do the same quest as you even. Because they have the exact same quest as you. You know what, if we get some more viewers, I'll drop down my Infernal and just see how that goes. That way y'all can enjoy whatever happens. The Steam Geyser actually, I'm a little bit reminded of Subnautica Below Zero. When you're on the surface, there's a couple areas that have steam vents like that. I might end up going back down here. Although, since I'm right here, I can circle back and actually go inside, and turn in that quest I just got. I'm surprised he's not pulling aggro. This is a little annoying, actually.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. Out of range.
Kind of thinking back to Felwood. And what I liked about it is it had a very clear identity. It actually had like some interactive quests. But like String-a-Thorn Vale, it was basically just go kill the big thing. You killed the big thing, go kill the bigger thing. You killed the bigger thing, go kill the bigger thing. And it's just like, there's no real story with that. There was a little bit of story with trolls, I guess, but it's too far away. Charging. think I'm at the point where my health stone is starting to not help as much. So hopefully I get the next level soon. Like the next tier up of Hellstone soon. Friendly fire doesn't affect me too much. I could see it being really annoying for rogues though. Because they basically can't stealth in between combat. And I remember that was very helpful. Because you could open with backstabs and stuff. Let's head back up though. Well... yeah, let's just go do it. The only reason why I was hesitating, is I think there's another quest that can drop off of one of the Yetis. Hold on. Not Yetis, Furbolgs. Furbolg? I forget. Anyways. But according to Questy, it spawned down here, so... Yeah, they are.
What do you seek, adventurer?
Yo.
This thing, it is in the shape of a Winterfall ritual totem, but it has been twisted by forces I cannot begin to comprehend. Whatever taint that has set the Winterfall against us is surely present in this object. Divine wisdom has brought both this and you.
To us, adventurer. We will study this object intently. Perhaps one day, the Winterfall will rage against us no longer. Is it Winterfall? I thought it was WinterSpring. Thank you, friend. Please accept these offerings.
We will study this object intently. Perhaps one day the Winterfall will rage against us no longer. Thank you, friend. Please accept these offerings in exchange for your benevolence.
Okay, no, it is totally WinterSpring. Confused me. one stealthing through. Funny. There's totally a real graveyard over here. I might come back here for my thumbnail. I made my thumbnail over here. Because the Spirit Healers is where, like, graveyards are. And that one was more of just ruins. I contemplated going checking that one out, but I figured it was more important to just stream than finding the perfect thumbnail.
It's too far away. That's still recharging.
This vial that you picked up from the Winterfall Furbog is empty, but you can detect a few drops of a strange green liquid inside. It almost flows. Is it something important? Aunt Snowden will probably be able to tell you more, since she has been camped by the hot springs in WinterSpring for some time now.
Oh, these berries are actually kind of interesting. Sure, you heal while eating them, just like every other food, but the spirit bonus is different than like the well-fed bonus. And then you also get it like instantly. Normally you have to sit down for like a whole like 10 seconds to get the well-fed bonus. So that's interesting. think I forgot that AoE attacks don't hurt totems, I guess. At least most of them don't.
Hello. What brings you to WinterSpring? These cold and vast lands may seem dismal, but this is a place of many secrets. Thanks so much, adventurer. Now I can get back to work here. Did you find anything of interest at the Winterfall camp?
Off with ya.
You got this from the Winterfall. This greenish liquid. It reminds me a bit of the sludge I saw when traveling through Felwood. And I've seen some Winterfall runners passing into Timbermoor. Perhaps these things have something to do with the flask you found, adventurer. There is a large group of Furbolg just past Timbermoor Hold in Felwood, called the Deadwood tribe. They have been corrupted and driven mad by the Fell. Why don't you look around there and see if you can find any evidence of dealings between the Winterfall and the Deadwood?
You apply some Salarian plant salve to the sunflower.
forgot about this curse. Okay, that's one thing I can say I did not miss from Felwood. This fucking curse. Because it makes me hesitant to take on this trio. Since if I need to heal myself mid-combat with my health stone, or my death coil, or even my potion, it's gonna give me half, and that's not gonna cut it, so I guess I'll just wait it out. I saw that duo earlier. But in WinterSpring, that's weird. I can make more bandages. And the debuff will be gone by then. Also, hello. Okay, let's do it. Absolutely handled that. Okay, I guess I was just underestimating me, overestimating them, because I struggled with it, before.
Inside the cauldron bubbles a rotting, repulsive-smelling substance. The greenish substance inside the cauldron appears to be similar to what you found in the flask. This strange, gooey stuff could be as corrupted as the furball that created it. If the Winterfall furball are using it, does this mean that they will soon be as corrupted as the Deadwood tribe? It would be best to report back to Donovan with your findings, along with a sample of the liquid in the cauldron.
Okay, they don't expect you to get the fluid yourself. Because I could see a world where so many people just miss it. Because they didn't activate the flask. Honestly, don't know what I'm gonna do for cooking. I might just have to sit down one day and buy some ingredients and recipes. Oh, also, I just forgot. I have 5 feathers. I'm gonna turn those in. That reminds me, because I also... There's no world where they become friendly.
Only those who have proven themselves to not be hostile toward the timber mob may pass through the hole without fear of being attacked. Have you made an effort to earn our trust, outsider? Well done.
I feel like it's kind of cool that this is something completely optional. Sometimes people just plow through here, killing them all, and they just basically never turn in those optional quests that need you to talk to the leader. And not only am I actually neutral with them, so I can just be friends with them, acquaintances. I might actually be friends with them soon. So that's just kind of a cool thing, I guess. Something to consider that I hadn't thought about too is because, yeah, I'm a human, I get reputation bonuses. So that helps too. Not really for this in particular, but I remember people talking about how humans are actually kind of decent, racial bonus-wise with their reputation, in TBC, because I guess a lot of stuff, in Outland should do grind reputation. So by getting like a flat percentage bonus, humans have a easier time to get those. Also, random, but hello Ixie, if you are watching.
Hi. Keep your feet on the ground.
You're a very resourceful adventurer. Do you think that the Winterfall furbolgs have been to the Deadwood camp? I've studied the sample you returned with, and while I can't say for sure, I believe it contains traces of toxic elements. However, the only way to know for sure is to gather some as a comparison. I believe that the Deadwood Firbolg may be gathering these elements from other corrupted creatures in Felwood. In particular, the elementals living in the Iron Tree Woods called Toxic Horrors. Collect a few samples for me to compare, but be careful. It's very dangerous there.
Okay, I guess my encoder just crashed for a second there. Maybe not my encoder, but my driver. Because WoW just almost crashed there for a second.
Keep your feet on the ground.
I really need to look at rolling back my driver unless there's an update. I fixed a different issue with my external hard drive drivers that was having an issue. I fixed that though. This is interesting how WinterSpring is sending me back to Felwood. I'm like half not gonna complain. So I do enjoy Felwood. But I came to WinterSpring to quest in WinterSpring, not to go somewhere else. That's kind of a loose trend here, because I remember some of the quests in the town want me to go to Eastern Plaguelands, or Western, whatever. Interesting. At least I thought so. Maybe not, or I already did them. Well, I guess we're going through here again, which is another reason why I'm so glad I have reputation with them. Because otherwise, you're just fighting them every time, or having to, like, go all the way back to the town, on east here, and then fly over here. Which does not sound fun. Also, if it's not Ixie, I could see, hello to Mario, I think it was.
Do you ever feel like you're not in charge of your own destiny? Like you're being controlled by an invisible hand?
That joke's kind of funny the first time, but I'm kind of over that one.
Me and my girlfriends exchange clothes all the time. We're all the same size.
I love that one though. It's kind of a complaint. But you can't change your height or build. But that means that joke works.
Why does everyone automatically assume I know tailoring and cooking?
And I don't know if that's just like having a caster in human quote or human, because if it's a human quote, it may be whatever. But as a caster, it's totally on point.
sometimes I have trouble controlling the volume of my voice!
I love that one too. I wish you could pick which one it goes, or it says. Because I would pick that one a lot. Because, like, real talk, it's totally true. I have been told I'm very boisterous, so yeah.
That spell isn't working.
I actually kind of hate these wolves can sometimes drop red wolf meat versus just wolf meat. Because the red wolf meat's for a low level cooking recipe.
You apply 3 Cenarian plant cells to the wicker root.
Oh, I just absolutely love this music. God, it's making me want to make an undead so bad. Even though I'm gonna play a Blood Elf. But you know what? Maybe we'll just scratch the itch and get them to like level like 15, 20. There is a world where I go back to WoW classic. The one that's stuck on like no expansion. Cause then I might just make another warlock and play another warlock, but we'll see. I always have a million ideas, so and not enough time for them. These are kind of big boys. Just notice the model size. From a distance, it doesn't look that big, but up close, it's kind of big. Also, 80% my foot. This is totally taking a couple kills just to get one. I've reached this interesting point where I almost have more spirit than intellect against it. It's partially because of the human spirit bonus. I remember early on, when I first started playing, I definitely had more spirit than intellect. It was kind of weird. And this is also even with Demonic Embrace, which lowers my stamina. So without Demonic Embrace, I would actually have more stamina. Or, spirit.
You'll pass in Scenario and plant south to the Salt Tower. Feel free to browse.
Oh, interesting. I just noticed they actually have recipes here. That I do not have. I do not have. I cannot talk tonight. And my voice is kind of going out. Allergies are miserable.
Till next we meet.
Oh, cool. These are actually really good. Because they're orange. So they'll level up my cooking a lot better. Versus like the wolf meat. And I might be able to find the bear stuff. See, there's bears here, but I think there were polar bears in WinterSpring. So I could probably use those as well. Just depends if they drop it.
How are you? Off with you.
I have to compare this to the substance you found in the cauldron, and then I'm sure we'll know more. Very interesting, adventurer. When this toxic substance is mixed with the water from the hot springs, it loses its toxicity, only retaining the ability to temporarily affect those that ingest it. This must be why the Winterfall protect the hot springs so fervently. They need them to purify their firewater. We need to stop this. Cut off contact between the Winterfall and the Deadwood. A group of runners walks the distance between their village and Felwood. Find and defeat them, and steal their shipment.
Off with you.
Damn, they're really taking advantage of those furbolgs. It's like that quest line in particular has you going back and forth like at least 3 times. Just noticed the encoder died as well. Hold on. It looks like the encoder still is crashing. Hold on. This is not ideal. Not sure why. I'm gonna restart WoW. Hold on. It looks like that may have done it. My dashboard looks way better now. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Weird. I really need to roll back that driver. This is getting ridiculous. But we're good for now. Okay, the question I'm gonna have here is if the runner is gonna be hostile to me. Or if it'll make me lose rep. We'll see. Hold up, is it supposed to be a crate? It's just like there. Or is it supposed to be an actual furball? I'm looking for a stash. Let's see. If it's just around here somewhere. I'm not seeing anything though. I was also thinking that it's like gonna be someone that's actually running through. But interestingly, on Questy, it doesn't seem to show a line like this. So it's possible it's just like something here and there. Let's see. I guess we're going back down here again. I gotta say, this quest line's actually kind of annoying. I don't have anything against, like, going back and forth. Even, like, a couple times. But this is, like, the 4th time. It's kind of annoying. It's not even like I picked up the quests and then picked up more quests later on. This is the same quest line. So they clearly wanted to go back and forth like 5 times in this quest line. It's weird. Not weird, just annoying. We're not off to a great start, WinterSpring. Unfortunately. What the hell? Hold on. I just dropped a purple staff. Hold up. What? This is not actually amazing for me. Because it has no extra shadow damage or magic damage, it has only intelligence. It gives you a lot though, so it's not insignificant for crit damage. Lord, what does it look like? You know what? If I didn't have the staff and just got it, it might be really interesting to get this, but didn't bind on pickup, so I think I'm gonna try to sell it on the market. I wonder what the drop rate is for that. I kind of like half made up for the back and forth. Not 100%, but that's really cool. Oh, feels nice to get a random rare drop like that.
That's still recharging.
Feels like some people died here trying to do this quest. Or just fight these guys off. That's funny. I almost have a feeling though, this quest is gonna have someone like spawning here, and then running up and going through, but I guess we'll have to see. For now, I'm gonna selfie these two. I want to look up what the drop rate is for that. Oh, dude. If I'm reading this correctly, the drop rate, depending on, let's see, what did I fight? These. The drop rate is either 4 out of like 145,500, like 145,626, and then 2 out of 130,000. The drop rate is so low. Wow. That's actually wild. I just used up all my luck, I guess, for the week. There he is. Well, that's it. Well, birds. I guess there's a couple ways to put that. I would argue I'm actually decent at math. I just joke about it because I sometimes just, I guess I'm sometimes just bad at it, but I'm overall really competent at math. But it's good for me. It's not bad for me. Because the drop rate, this item, in theory, it's a really rare drop rate. Like, so low. So it'll probably go for a lot on the marketplace. Ideally, hopefully. Oh yeah. Do you not do a lot of math? I guess I don't remember what you do for work, other than the fact that you have a farm. Or I guess I don't even know if it's a farm. You just have a barn. But also, oh, welcome to Stream Birds. It's been a couple days. Ideally, the stream looks, pretty good. My internet's working pretty well tonight. Some of this is basically at the same level as my recordings, bitrate wise, so should look pretty good, all things considered. I see, and I guess you don't have to do math for that. I feel like you need to do math for that. But I technically was in calculus in high school. I did not pass calculus. I did okay in pre-cal, but the calculus was not for me. I think honestly I would have done a lot better in statistics. But back in high school, like, everyone hated our statistics teacher, so I didn't take that course, even though I think I probably would have enjoyed it. I see, so even then, there's some more advanced math in there, but I get ya. I think it's technically considered math. Doing manual subnetting, I think that's technically considered math. I can technically do that, but it would take me a hot minute. It's been forever. I understand all the concepts and how subnetting works, but the math behind it is not my forte.
Great to meet ya. Be good.
I wonder if consuming this substance makes the Furbolg more aggressive. They do seem much larger. While we still know very little about why the Furbolg have been ingesting this strange substance, I do think it's best that we put a stop to it before it gets out of hand. The Winterfall Furbolg are not a normal aggressive tribe, and this change in their behavior leads me to think that they must be under orders from their chief. We most likely can't undo the damage that has already been done, but I think that if their leader is slain, they will not get any worse. Head east to Winterfall village.
Okay, so that's why I remember the other stream I came by here. There were a lot of corpses, player corpses. But this was why.
are you?
While we still know very little about why the Firbolg have been ingesting this strange substance, I do think it's best that we put a stop to it before...
I mean, you could argue that a little bit less, basic math and more long-term problem solving. Or like future thought. There's a term for it probably. Where you plan for the future. Or like think ahead. And like what the long-term results would be, right? Because I could easily see myself just being like, stacking these up. And then just like, oh crap. And that wasn't so much a math problem. Although you could argue it was, because they should have found a round number, right? That goes up all the way, but... Also, where is this quest? All the way over here. Okay, cool. I would then also kind of like argue at a certain point, I would just eventually figure out that, like, I need to stack these better myself too. Because, like, it would totally be a hassle. And so, because it actually would impact my workability, I would be like, I gotta fix this. And if someone doesn't do that after like having the issue for a while, then yeah, I would question that. But I would question it in like the general sense, not like the explicit sense, because maybe I'm a bit narcissistic or whatever in that regard, but people are dumb. Like, I don't mean that maliciously, but just like people do not think things through. And it's just kind of the way it is.
I need more mana. That's still recharging. I can't loot that.
What do you want?
will say there is a large variety of trees here. Some of the zones just gonna have like 2 or 3 variations, but like these are multiple distinctive types of trees of distinctive sizes. I mean, I guess it is frustrating. I won't deny that. But at a certain point, it's more of just like, is this maliciousness or ignorance? And I can't remember which one it was. If it was Hanlon's razor or crap. I can't remember. There's another razor. Because there's one where it's the simplest solution, but no. The other one is don't attribute malice to what could be ignorance. It took me a minute to figure out what you were talking about there. But you're talking about trees. That's really cool that you know that. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I kind of know like the scientific stuff for like bugs, insects, and some arthropods and stuff like that. But it's cool that you know it for like plants. But yeah, whatever that like thing that you're talking about there is the one that I'm referencing. Where it's just like, sure, it's frustrating, but I can't get mad because it's not like technically their explicit fault. They're not like being like malicious about it. And I guess you could argue that like, yeah, you can be mad about that. But I guess I just try to be nice. Partially myself, but then also because of work. You know, you gotta be polite. Especially when you work enterprise. So, you know. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I will do that. Definitely. Mute. Like I just like absolutely want to like kill myself in Minecraft. After like I hang up the call.
Come in, come in. Just don't sit too close to the stove. It hasn't exploded yet today, but just to be safe, I think you should sit elsewhere.
If you ever need anything.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break, so I'm gonna be back in like 5 or less minutes. Sorry, that's muted. Okay, sorry about that. I am back though, if that wasn't obvious. Um, brought pickles and a creamy root beer soda. Oh, I am curious. Birds. Do you watch any Austin? On YouTube. Hey sister. I was curious if you've watched any Austin. Oh, okay. No worries. They totally go into in-depth nerdy topics on video games. Like, they talk about like the power plants of GTA, the power in Red Dead Redemption, the airports of GTA, stuff like that. Um, they did one about the trees of Skyrim. And so, you knowing about like the official like scientific names, um, just reminded me of that video because of how it was a technical tree video. Am I missing a reference with that? I'm not sure I understand the glue stick on the breaking away. Unless there's just like the fact that my horse is like sideways on the hillside. I guess I still don't understand. It's just going over my head. I missed the reference or like the correlation here. Sorry, I'm just really dense, I guess. Oh, also, this is totally a plant that people could collect. I'm not a herbalist, so I can't, but it's called ice cap. It almost looks like a dandelion. But it could be like a pearl or something. I'd have to like look into it.
Isn't ready yet.
Okay, yeah, that went way over my head, birds. But thank you for explaining it. I appreciate that. Because I do understand the whole broken leg problem. Because, like, even if you, like, want to help them, like, fix it, it's just, like, they, like, really struggle to just, like, lay down for a long time. Or just use 3 limbs. But I didn't, I guess either I didn't know, or I just didn't make the connection about the fact that they could turn into glue, I guess, from like their hooves and bones. I did not know that, I don't think. Like, it makes sense, but like also, it's not something I think about, you know. I guess, not until now, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I see. I guess, I don't know if I ever, uh, asked to clarify, like, what kind of, like, do you have, like, a farm with, like, plants and animals, or is it just, like, an industrial farm, in a sense, where you're, like, you have a whole bunch of industrial equipment, and, like, do factory work? Also, random ramble back to whenever I was talking about my encoder crashing. I thought I fixed it by uninstalling Windows Game Bar. I was noticing some errors crashing around that time from that application whenever my encoder was crashing. But it's still clearly breaking, so unfortunately not related, at least not explicitly, to the Windows Game Bar. see. So you like still own the land, I guess, but people pay you to use your land. Excuse me, I just took a hit, so my voice just kind of went with that, but that makes sense though. Renting is a very, from my understanding, lucrative prospect. Of course, I guess it, like it depends, but yeah. Hold up, is this giant egg cookable? Yeah. No, yes. Yes. I will hold on to that as well then. Yeah, from my understanding, because aren't ponies... No, wait, I'm thinking of donkeys. Are ponies. Are ponies not horses? I'm a bug girl. Sorry, I'm not a horse girl, I'm a bug girl. So, I'm not as knowledgeable. I just know that, like, I think donkeys, are like an inner breed. So, they kind of, like, can have health issues. But, yeah. That's not what you're talking about, though. Well, it's an owl bear. So, owls have eggs, I guess. Uh-oh. I wanted to peek over the rock, but I clearly pulled some creatures. Hold on. This is not good. Okay, we're fine. No peeking over the fence, I guess. Man, I just had the weirdest deja vu. Holy, that's weird. 'Cause it's not even, like, explicitly related either. I just remember being up late one night, doing this, questing while playing Terra Online, and there was like a specific zone that had like a camp kind of like this that I had to do some questing in, and I was grinding, and I remember just kind of like peeking my head in, looking left and right, just kind of like pulling some phone from here, like it's not even like explicitly related, but just the weirdest deja vu. Okay, I thought mules were donkeys, but I guess those are different. Is it something like back in the day, horses would be bigger than ponies? 'Cause I remember horses back in the day were big. But like, I guess maybe ponies were smaller. And since horses have gotten smaller, like the size difference isn't as big of a deal. I don't know. I guess I just don't really know what a pony is. I thought a pony was a horse, but clearly I am wrong. Also, I can probably use this to cook. I don't have any spices though. And I want to cook these while I can still get experience from them.
That spell isn't ready yet.
I see, so like technically, I guess people wouldn't be terribly upset if I called a pony a horse. Just because... If that makes sense. I guess I just need to look this up myself, cause like... I'm just not getting it. But it's probably a skill issue on my end. Right, that's why I'm like, okay, that distinction doesn't work anymore, so it's just like, I just need to see, like, what a pony actually looks like versus a horse, and then, like, maybe, like, side by side, it'll make more sense to me. Unless you're just busting my balls. If it's the case, then you got me.
That's still recharging.
I guess supposedly ponies have like more hair and thicker manes. And supposedly they are like a bit like chubbier, like stocky. Versus a horse. And I think that makes sense. I think I understand. Also, no. It is my weapon. I don't recall if you were here when I did my last stream. But yeah, I have the Soul Harvester. It's technically a staff. But it's modeled as a scythe because it's a warlock specific weapon. So I thought it's cool. I had to make some trade-offs versus my previous setup, but I think the aura farming is totally worth it. Gotcha, yeah, before I had a dagger and like an offhand like orb for like a little like crystal orb. And overall, this gives me like a little bit more spell damage. But I do lose spell damage bonus to everything. It's only for shadow stuff. So like my immolate won't get any extra bonus. It's not horrible, but it is a trade-off. The other thing is I technically lost intellect. But gained stamina for it. That's not like an even trade. Because intellect mostly just increases my crits, versus like actual spell damage. The other thing though is it increases my spell hit rating. So like it helps me like guarantee my spells actually hit, right? So that's kind of like hard to like quantify, but it is helpful. The other thing is I no longer have that heal over time that I can use like once every 30 minutes. It's been really helpful. And I can still get some usage out of it, but the actual health amount is a lot smaller now because I'm higher level. So, long story short, I still swapped to the scythe just because it's such a cool weapon. And you aura farm so hard with it. I didn't know if it would pull them, but it definitely did. Okay. Something I forgot that I need to do. It's on my to-do list. What happened to my list here? There we go. I need to get the enchantment for my staff. That gives me extra intellect, and that'll help offset the intellect loss from before. Okay, are those the ones dropping eggs though? Cause I've been killing a whole bunch of different stuff.
The log you found on the High Chief looks extensive.
That's it, really? And then you crash. But okay, it looks extensive, but after looking through a couple pages, you find that you cannot read the text. The markings are so crude and poorly formed that you are not sure if someone will be able to read them. But perhaps Donovan will tell what it says.
The markings are so crude and poorly formed
Really?
that you are not sure if anyone will be able to read them, but perhaps Donovan will be able to tell you what it says.
Yes, that's what I said. Oh, but yeah, these are fur bulks. They're supposed to be kind of like part bear. Just to, like, affirm that, at the least. I see, I mean, 'cause, like, there were, like, some birds out there, like actual flying birds. And then there was the owl bear. I haven't bought those over here. But it could have been one of those. Also, free stuff. I'm looking for the Ursas. Those are the big ones. But this Blood Elf may be clearing them all. Okay, yeah, I mean, I have a feeling it was probably the owlbear or the other, like, a bird thing that was out there. Can I get this guy to come down? Yes. Excellent.
My mana is low. I can't cast that yet. I need a target.
There's that Blood Elf again. Wonder if we're looking for more of them up there. Where I just cleared them. But I just need 2 more. Okay, cool. The bear I need is right here. They weren't here earlier. Boom. That was actually pretty easy.
This was no easy task, yet you have excelled. But do not be too quick to think you have impressed me, adventurer. Swift and clever, Broomeran glides silently across the snowy landscape of southern WinterSpring. But do not let her graceful appearance convince you that she is harmless. All that cross her pay considerably, and often with their own lives. Seek out Broomeran of the Chillwind among the Chimera. Defeat her, then return again to me.
Yes, birds, they are. I think that was actually the Blood Elf that I, was competing with the quest earlier, and then that mount in particular is a paid mount. So they paid real money to get that mount. So like, depends on how you look at it. Some people, make fun of it, but just know that they spent real money for that. However you feel about it.
Come in, come in. Just don't sit too close to the stove. It hasn't exploded.
Glad I could help.
Hey, how you doing? Keep it real.
Some of these people have spices. Uh-oh. Trade supplies.
Aha!
Now, the question is, do they have a cooking fire that I can just bum off of? That's a good question. I hadn't looked. You are right. I think it's just a generic, voice line. But that is funny. Unless you want to count, like, this is the stove, I don't know. I don't see cooking fire, though, so I'll just make one. There it is, okay. I'm actually surprised I got a level out of every one of those. Interesting, that's cool. I'll take it. A juicy bear burger. I can make so many, I mean, not so many jokes, but I can make a couple jokes out of that. Either that, or like you're saying, the stove exploded.
Come in, come in. Just don't sit too...
Have a good one.
Oh, I have to go back. Let's go do that. I need to start killing more Yetis. I'm kind of ignoring them because they're not like on the roads specifically. But I need to get a whole bunch of their fur for a quest. Oh cool, some ruins with some banshees and spirits. Yes, you are correct. It almost looks like there's like a whole bunch of them closer to the town. So like if you need to grind a whole bunch, that might be the play, but we'll see. I did not expect to pull 5 for some reason. I thought 3. I don't know if it just like pulled everything in an AoE or if it spawned some of these, because I think it pulled the Banshee. I don't know if these were just hanging around or if it spawned them. Try clearing them around the relics, because if it just pulled them, I can deal with that ahead of time. Was what loot worth looking at? If we're talking about the quest that, or I was talking about like, activating the item or whatever. It's like a relic or whatever. It's not loot. It's like a quest item, I'm gathering.
I can't pass that
Yeah, these are the corpses of the banshees, and then like the little blue orb, that's the corpse of the spirits. Like these. Let's see if this spawns and stuff, or if it's just like pulled in the nearby. Because if it just pulled in the nearby, I'm pretty much set at this point. Nope, totally spawned them in.
That spell isn't ready yet.
It's not too bad though. It's nowhere near as difficult as like the robot chicken escort quest. Those were pretty tough. All things considered.
It's too far away. English. Okay. Last piece should be over here. Yeah. Well, I guess it depends. I'm only buying it because I need it. But both my bandages and my tailoring's gonna use rune cloth at this current point, so I need all of it. I was still needing mage weave for my tailoring, which is 1 level down, up until recently. And now it's all rune cloth, so I don't need the mage weave anymore. Like, at least technically I don't need it. I don't have a target. What? I feel like that one went over my head too. Sorry. Oh, wait, I think I get it. Because I buy stuff I want. But if you ignore your purchase history, the want may seem like a need. Or something like that. Also, Yetis. Okay, they froze him. Interesting. Wonder if that was just like a death rattle. Or if I need to be aware of that. But I guess like to complete that like statement thought process, as long as I get enough rune cloth for my drops, I don't need to buy any more rune cloth. But there's a good chance I will, just because you need so much of it. Yeah, they didn't have the craftable egg, but they did drop the mysterious egg. I saw that as well. Oh yeah, the owlbear probably dropped the other egg too. Would what be a new minion? The egg? The egg was for cooking. that does remind me, before the stream is over, I do want to try to summoning an Infernal just for fun. No. That's just a trash. It's just vendor item. The other egg is a giant egg.
What's on your mind?
Thank you so much, adventurer. I hope to get back to my studies without worry that I will be ambushed. Please accept this as a reward.
Be good. Watch your back.
I wonder what all of this means. I can't make anything out. The Winterfall are no longer a threat to me. But if you still want to find out what was driving the Furbog to create and consume this strange fire water, I think you should seek out Kalek Skykeeper. He is part of a group known as the Emerald Circle. Druids that are committed to their work in Felwood, healing the land from the corruption. Kalek has much experience with the Furbogs in Felwood and may be able to tell you more about the log. Thank you again, adventurer.
Off with you.
Okay, yeah, this person definitely sends you back to Felwood like 5 or 6 times. But also I have like 2 possible answers for you birds. One, magic. It's a fantasy world where anything can be happen. And these are the trees that happen to exist in this world. Or 2. They just didn't know, and artists thought it looked cool, and so they did it. Also, the shoulder pads are miserable. They are not good at all. They look okay. They have a flare, that's for sure. I like the color scheme, but I don't know if it goes that well with the rest of my outfit. Regardless, the stats are not greater for me. Okay, let's go back up here. What is that supposed to mean? Calyx. Salix? Calyx. Is it like a type of plant? And it's just completely going over my head.
The Winterfall Firbolg that reside here in WinterSpring were once our allies, but one day that all changed. Driven by the strange demands of their High Chief, they began to attack. Thank you for what you have done, as saddening as it is. Accept this as a token of thanks. I would ask of you to please continue helping us. Adventurer, we have very few allies on which to call upon, and without your aid, the threats against my tribe would surely be too much for us to handle alone.
Boom! Level up.
The Winterfall Firbolg that reside here in WinterSpring were once our allies, but one day that all changed, driven by the strange demand.
Okay, interesting. So they give you the ability to fix your reputation with these guys. On either side of the cave. So you can get the feathers from those, and then I guess you can get beads. From the Firbolgs here. Right, that makes sense. It's just not something that I'm as familiar with, I guess. I don't know, like, how common that comes up in normal conversations. Okay, and let's get Empower Corruption. Right now, my corruption does 666 damage. I actually like that, that's cute. Oh, the gloves, that's right. The gloves will technically give me a little bit more... spell power. Interesting, hold on. I hate how they kind of are big gloves, because I love how my shirt kind of comes through with like the extra green pieces and stuff, but the extra spell damage might be worth it. Because I'm losing spirit, whatever. I'm losing intellect, which it sucks, but spell damage is nice. I'll sit on it, but I'll probably use these. Also, yes, I did get a Discord message. Oh, it's where I might end up living. Let me look at it. let's see. What's the square footage? Here. I can't find the information about square footage. What the hell is this about? Whatever. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath for like $1,900 a month. It's hard to tell if I can't tell the square footage of this. But that's a problem for future me. Absolutely. What was he absolutely for? Was it the 666? Or did it just go over my head again? Like, everything's going over my head tonight. Oh, was it up with the flowers? In like the flower terminology. Oh, it's empowered corruption. But yeah. Okay, yeah, that completely went over my head. That's cute though. I was like, where am I supposed to turn this quest in at? Because I didn't see anything obvious on my map here. It's in the freaking Plague Lands. Ugh. Ugh. To be fair, I have the waypoint, but it's a far distance away. And then I do enjoy seeing like the big cigarettes and stuff like that, so it's not all lost, but it's definitely out of the way. And yeah, I do want to summon something before stream's over. I'm kind of like waddling my way back. Once I get back to town, I'll do it. Because in theory, I have 5 minutes with my Infernal. and then I'd have to try to subjugate it, which would give me a max of 5 more minutes. And then it gets loose. So I'm gonna try like going like somewhere over here maybe, and just like let what happens happens. Cause I don't want it to accidentally like come to town and start killing NPCs, and then like I get reputation loss. I don't know if it would work that way, but still. I did forget though, so thank you for reminding me, birds. Cause definitely is about time. I might call it when I get back there. Hey, I got more Yeti fur. Slowly getting there. Drop rate seems pretty low on that one, unfortunately. Oh, that was a drop. We'll be fine though. About to summon the Infernal after I like crest over here. So we'll see how that goes. That's their name now, huh? Glue stick. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this works. Boom! And then what? That's it? Did I do something wrong? I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because I had my Voidwalker still, and like when it despawned my Voidwalker, it despawned the Infernal or prevented it from spawning. I don't know. Or if it just like failed to spawn because it's too cold or it's a bug. I don't know. Huh. Well, that was anticlimactic. I gotta say, out of all the things, I was not expecting that. I don't know. Maybe. Because according to the description, it just causes damage to anyone who's in the AoE, but otherwise an Infernal rises from wherever I hit. So, yeah. I don't know. And maybe you have to be in a PvP area? I don't know. I'll look into it. It's a little disappointing. Well, it just means next time when it works, it'll be more exciting. Also, there's definitely way more Yetis over here, in like a much higher concentration. So this is definitely where I want to go, try and grind Yetis.
That's still recharging.
Come in. Just...
Pleasure doing business with ya.
Okay, well, WinterSpring's been interesting. It's a little, weird, I guess, that, like, one of the main quests so far has made me go back and forth, like, 5 times, to Felwood again, but whatever. There's definitely been a different vibe than I expected. I expected a little bit more, I guess, liveliness. But it's just a very quiet and serene, zone in that sense. Reminds me a bit of like the deserts, but it's clearly not like a desert because it has all the trees and stuff, but yeah. With that, I'm gonna try to stream again, tomorrow probably. Unless I'm too tired, I'm gonna try to stream as long as my ISP lets me. See if we can get some more WinterSpring done. I might actually go back to Darnassus, to do some tailoring first though. So we'll see. If I don't stream on Wednesday, I'll try on Friday. So hopefully I'll see y'all in one of those days, but otherwise, it's been good hanging out. Good to see you again, Birds. I've been pretty busy, but glad to see you. If y'all enjoyed it, give it a like. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And then, if it's daytime, have a good day. If it's evening, have a good night. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye! Well, it's okay. I mean, people will do whatever, and then, it's hard to get people to like stuff, I guess, but I'm here for the fun and interaction, so I'm not exactly worried about it, but I do appreciate it when people do like, because it does help, one, the algorithm with like presenting my content, and then it helps me kind of identify what content I can kind of lean into more for streaming and stuff like that. So yeah. Either way, love to see you, birds, and I'll see you next time. Bye.